emergency. Which service, please?
Can I have the fire brigade, please?
Fire brigade?
Yes.
I'll just connect you. Hello, fire brigade.
Yes, I'd like to report a fire, please.
Yes, what's on fire?
A building, a tall building. There's smoke belching from the windows and I think I can see people inside.
What's the address?
It's rear of the fire station, North Anderson Drive.
On North Anderson Drive, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, we'll get the fire brigade along. Thank you.
Fine, thank you.
Union Street, Aberdeen. Look, is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's a 30-foot banner advertising the biggest show of its kind in the northeast, Fire Spectacular 86. Grampian Fire Brigade headquarters on North Anderson Drive, and the first of over 8,000 visitors start to arrive. Inside, there's a variety of stalls, sideshows, and an impressive lineup of fire appliances drawn from all over the region's 3,500 square miles. In short, as we'll see, a kaleidoscope of colour and entertainment for children and adults alike. And there's the chance to meet some local personalities, such as international footballer Alex McLeish. One of the most popular events was soaking the firemen. That's how people swim. We'll be meeting this vehicle later, but let me tell you now, it's not a fire engine. And I can assure you that they're not firemen. While Firemaster Neil Morrison ensures that the guests, including the new Scottish Under Secretary Lord Glenarthon, are seated, the Stuart Cadet Majorettes compete for attention with the Ellen Children's fire engine. Or should that be the other way round?
Thank you very much. The spirits are advancing.
And in the blue, Deputy Firemaster Richard Coates conducts the sirens.
Welcome to Fire Spectacular 86. Not so much a spectacular or a sensation.
Guest commentator John Maxwell welcomes everyone to Fire Spectacular 86. And into the arena comes the fire engine, which has been generously donated by Grampian Fire Brigade to the BBC's Children in Need appeal. This Ford fire engine was until very recently attending call-outs and will be fully equipped before going to a children's home.
The reason for his attendance here today is that he has
The passenger there is young David Macklin from Cheshire. The brigade learned of David's interest in fire engines when he came along to an open day in 1985. David's had open heart surgery and after his appearance at this event is due to return to a specialist heart hospital in Chelsea. But he's here today to perform a very special operation of his own.
very proud indeed to have you as our special guest. What about a round of applause for David, who's now in the arena?
A final check of the fuse, and David will set off on a room 100 feet into the air to signal the start of the displays.
By, in fact, putting together a fuse which would blow up the dustbin. So now hold on to the children. Perhaps you understand now why I worked here.
As the Children in Need fire engine leaves, let's set the scene for the first display. Imagine a Central European state where heavily armed terrorists have taken hostages. The army's been called in to secure the area and they mount a rapid assault on the occupied building. of the wounded is taken from the field of battle, a couple of combat reconnaissance vehicles burst through the crowd to give assistance. I bet you don't have any parking problems with one of those. Vorsprung-Dorf machine gun, as they say. All that action has started a number of heavy fires in the building, and making a dramatic appearance is a Javelin fire engine from Aberdeen Airport. That white water cannon on the front of the Javelin can pour tons of foam or water onto any fire. The fire out and the successful commando raid over, Sergeant Stephen Reed shows us how to run down a building. A very neat little trick if they've looked out of order, I thought. And showing a slightly less than regulation haircut, Sergeant Reed joins his colleagues from the 51st Highland Volunteers and the armoured regiments from Lossiemouth and Kinloss. After the speedy action, the first display an altogether more leisurely pace, as a collection of veteran and vintage fire engines takes the stage.
46 years old today. 46 years old.
This parade includes pumps, pump escapes, public and works fire brigade appliances, which have seen service in many parts of the northeast of Scotland. Helping to crew the engines are a number of ex-Grampian officers who between them have given over 250 years service to the brigade.
The car was a particular success at the airport. It simply had a very low maintenance problem and it used to keep pumping for engines. It's exhibited today by Mr. David Buttons of Aberfeldy, and you can see that he has put his name on the side of the fire engine and in fact he calls himself the Buttons Fire Brigade.
And the crowd also had the opportunity to see the latest Grampian Fire Brigade vehicle. This is the Dodge water tender ladder, which the brigade took delivery of only 48 hours before this event. And if you're thinking of getting one for the kids, it'll cost you £53,000. The advantage is that traffic jams are not going to bother you anymore.
The Aberdeen Gunfighters Club proudly present the Montana Shootout. And I'm going to ask you in a couple of minutes or so...
Another popular event with northeast crowds are the Aberdeen Gunfighters, with their recreation of an actual shootout set in Montana in the 1880s. The plot goes a bit like this. The sheriff and his posse had tracked down the notorious Kid Curry and his gang to the local saloon. Despite heavy casualties, the gang refuses to surrender, and so the sheriff decides on a subtler approach and lays a gunpowder trail to the saloon. And he obviously didn't think much of the music either. fire's broken out in the saloon, and the town's firefighters rush into action. As Kid Curry's led away, the good citizens of Montana are pressed into service to form a bucket chain.
How's our bucket chain doing? We're a hole in somebody's bucket here as far as I can see. More buckets, come on, hardly go on quicker. Keep the buckets of water going, and we've hardly got the fire out yet.
These manual pumps were the main firefighting machines in Europe and North America during the 19th century. Quite a difference from the javelin we saw earlier. The usual payment for those who helped was beer. This time, the children were rewarded with cans of fizzy drinks from Littlewood stores. A jump in time, and from the Wild West, we're now somewhere off the east coast in the wild North Sea. A small motorboat is in trouble. The skipper fires a red distress flare, indicating that his Range Rover is sinking. A Coast Guard patrol races to the scene and fires a white recognition signal. At the same time, the call goes out for a rescue helicopter from RAF Lucas. Together with their colleagues from RAF Rossinghouse, these RAF crews from 22 Squadron are among the most experienced in the UK. They've rescued literally hundreds of people, not only from the perils of the sea, but from many climbing accidents on the snow-covered mountains of central and northern Scotland. The precision needed to control the aircraft in such a confined space as in this display area demonstrates the very high degree of skill required by pilot and crew alike. And they don't always have such perfect conditions. On many occasions they'll be out in howling gales, driving rain, and at night. Having recovered the casualty, the emergency services are alerted to meet the helicopter at Aberdeen Hospital's landing pad. Only the day before this display, the Queen Mother was airlifted into Aberdeen Royal Infirmary for emergency treatment. So, with a final bow to the crowd, the 22 Squadron Wessex helicopter leaves for Loopers to await its next rescue mission. From ASC Rescues, we're now going to keep our feet firmly on dry land as Arthur Daly, otherwise known as Fireman Brian White, and his minder Terry drive in to inspect the second-hand car emporium.
Arthur, give him a good welcome. Bring a few tenors out of his pocket. Got his pistol right. And he's telling his driver to the left, or words less than.
From this impressive lineup of one-lady-owner, low-mileage vehicles, Arthur picks his car of the week. Quite which week he's not saying.
He's trying that one for size. Oh, I should think that one come at a few thousand if Arthur has his way. Looks like a few thousand pence rather than a few thousand pounds. And he's got that one weighed up. Now let's head out to the next one. Round the back of the tower, and you won't see all of you see at the edge.
But sneaking up from behind are two automobile connoisseurs of the used car trade, who obviously just want a quick test drive. Arthur's obviously taken by surprise, perhaps because the car started first time, but our motoring enthusiasts rapidly meet up with a passing police patrol. The police can stop them, the stolen car collides with a lorry carrying chemicals and a box of chicken feathers on its roof.
And a lorry loaded with chemicals has hit the main car park.
The response is immediate. Two water tenders and a rescue tender move in to deal with the fire and chemical fumes. Two ambulances arrive to deal with the victims of the multiple accident, and together with both police and firemen, the ambulance crews assess the injured, giving priority to those most seriously hurt.
The ambulance service is the life-saving service between the accident and hospital, and the care which they take with the patient eventually ensures complete recovery. But it's their first action that really matters, and I often feel that people don't realise just the life-giving service they offer. The fire service, on the other hand, is dealing with the chemical lorry, identified by the yellow symbols on the side, known as the hazardous chemical symbol, which identifies to the firefighter the method of extinction and the precautions to take. These operations can be difficult and prolonged.
It may just have been an exercise, but it's a fine example of combined operations.
Next time, don't be too impatient. Just thank your lucky stars you're not one of the victims. And as the fire engines leave the scene, and you see two of the vehicles, the rescue vehicle, which is the large illuminated rotating beacon. Ladies and gentlemen, a fine example of combined operations. And don't forget your Arthur himself, who was quite satisfied now that he will put in a fire insurance claim for the rest of his lovely earners. Rushing across the arena to make a fire call.
So to the finale. Fire breaks out on the ground floor of a tower block and spreads rapidly up the building. An emergency call brings to the scene 11 units from Grampian Fire Brigade. Two turntable ladders and a hydraulic platform are extended to rescue those trapped. 16 jets pour thousands of gallons of water onto the towering inferno. As the ladders and hoses are packed away, the faint music of pipes can be heard, marking the arrival of the D-side ladies' pipe band. The silver bowl carried proudly at the front was collected only 24 hours before this appearance, as the D-side ladies won the World Pipe Band Championships and promotion to Grade 2 pipe band standard. To the melody of Amazing Grace, fireman George Lamb carries baby Jason through the smoke, recreating the rescue of Jason, which George made for real in March 1986. The brigade partner, Reverend Gordon Haggerty, gently takes the child to his mother, who receives the smiling Jason just as she did all those months ago when the fire engulfed her home. Buglers from the Boys' Brigade sound the last post, and as they finish, 73 aerial Maroons explode to mark the 73 lives saved by the brigade between the 1st of June and the 17th of August 1986.
Yeah.
the band leads off the parade with a stirring rendition of Scotland the Brave, Fire Spectacular 86 draws to a close. We hope you've enjoyed this brief look at the tribute to the North East's emergency services. Next year promises to be even better, when on Sunday the 16th of August, Grampian Fire Brigade will present Fire Spectacular 87.
Leslie, you came along today to see Fire Spectacular. What did you think of it?
It was very good. I was here last year and I was here this year. It was much better.
What do you think about the organisation that's went into actually a day like this?
Very good. Yeah, I found there were a lot of duty firemen here. Very good. Very organised.
Would you come back to another like this?
I'll be here next year.